headquarters from San Diego, California. So that's my academic background. After I got a doctorate degree and I got married, I went back to Taiwan, being a professor for a semester. Then after I got married, I decided to move to Thailand and settle down in Thailand. Because at that time, I always think that I want to start up my own business. And Thailand can offer me much more business opportunity compared to what Taiwan can offer me at that time, 1990, beginning of 1990, because Taiwan already passed through the so-called the labor-intensive industry, move into the capital-intensive and also technology-intensive industry. So Taiwan used to be the largest exporter of textile, sports shoe, all those labor-intensive business. They're not able to survive. They gotta move away. So I decided to come to Thailand to looking for a business opportunity to start up my business. So after I got married with my wife, a Thai, I settled down in Thailand. I started my international trading business. I try to introduce a product from Taiwan, come to Thailand. Also, I try to introduce some product from Thailand to Taiwan and to the other country, including European country. Okay, so I have this kind of experience in conducting the international trading. At that time, my company called GoPay company. We are a member of Department of Export Promotion, DEP. But now we don't have DEP, they changed your name to Department of International Business Promotion, DIP. All right, so I have experience in this. In addition to that, I also, after several years of international trading experience, I also start to join my father-in-law's business. He has a company called Siam Paper. It's the first paper making company in Thailand, produce a printing and writing paper. So I joined with that company for arrange a new investment project, because in the end of 1980, beginning of 1990, Thailand, our economy is overheated. Wow, it's very fast growth, more than 2 digits, more than 10% of growth rate. So under such a fast growth, our business growing very fast, our capacity is not able to meet the domestic demand. So that's a golden time period for us to start up our own project. So through that project, I had experience under the assistance of Citibank. Under assistance of Citibank, I arranged the totally $200 million or the financial package to back up this project, our new production line project. At that time, we aim to increase our capacity by 5 times, annual capacity by 5 times. That's a big dramatic increase. And our machine and equipment, we all use the most advanced machine equipment, production machine and control equipment from the supplier from Europe, including Italy, including Germany, including Switzerland, and all these European countries. We try to pick up the best under the engineer consultant service from Canada, Simon's consultant. So I have the experience to handle a whole project, start by complete the financial package, $200 million. So I have experience how to find the finance. So in our international business, there's one part is international finance. We are going to share with you my experience. Of course, Citibank is my arranger. They're the one to help me to borrow money from Italy government in order to buy the machine from Italy, get a loan, $30 million, very low interest rate loan from Finnish government to buy machine and equipment from Finland, from Switzerland, and so on. So I have this kind of experience. Of course, 1995, this project started up, but before we complete our project, at that time our project about 85% complete. Unfortunately, 1997 financial crisis, we call Dongyangong crisis, happened. So that's caused our problem now. Our company bankrupt because the foreign exchange rate. Suddenly, my 200 million US dollars was about 5.something billion baht. Suddenly, this project went up to more than 10 billion. So my asset is 5 billion. My liability is 10 billion. It means I have more liability than my asset. It means that I bankrupt. My company bankrupt. So at that time, I also had some experience to do some hedging. All right, I learned from my failure. In addition to that, my doctor dissertation, my DBA dissertation is international business, international finance. My topic is foreign exchange risk management, FERM. So FERM, current practice and the strategy of Taiwanese company. So I study in my dissertation what kind of instrument, finance instrument, what kind of strategies, okay, hedging strategy that Taiwanese company can apply in order to help them to hedge, to minimize this kind of foreign exchange risk. So I also have enough academic training knowledge in this field. It belongs to international financial management. So with my experience in international trading, with my studying international finance, with my experience to packaging the international finance and dealing with the exchange rate risk. That's the reason why today I'm your lecturer. From my working in Thailand, I am not only the visiting professor of Chulalongkorn University. I'm not only teaching our BBA, I also teach in our Master Management in International Business program. I'm the committee of the program. Even now, I retired, I'm still be the advisory committee of the program. MMIB, this international program. This is a high class program of Chula. I also teaching in the Master Art in Cultural Management program to teach the art student. This art student, they may architecture, they may graduate from communication, they may graduate from literature, language, Japanese, Chinese, English, they may graduate from some other painting, dancing, any of those. But our program, Master Arts and Cultural Management, we believe that all the artists, they still need the management training. So I teach them the management theories and the practice in cultural industry. So these are my teaching job. So I always position myself being the bridge or the linkage between the real sector and the academic sector. I try to bring in my experience, what I learned from the real sector, and teaching, share with my students in academic. I even try to bring in the academic theories, framework, or some kind of uses theories in my daily working to train my colleague, my staff. So I always position myself as this function. So in my teaching is a kind of different to the associate professor Suan Chan, no? My teaching, I will follow our textbook, the content, the textbook. But Professor Xuan Channo, she's very academic approach. She will try to collect source some kind of case, research papers, useful information from different sources, and give to you guys, our students, to study, to present, to discuss. So you can see that she already shared many case and a paper from Harvard Business Review for you guys to read and to share. I don't do that much for those kind of academic sources, but in my lecture, I'll try to give you some example from my real experience. So in addition to that, I also have work experience after our project, our family business failed because of exchange rate. Then I start to work for my Thai friends. I used to be the management director, deputy management director of one company, one Thai company called Vitaya, UWC. The factory located at Long Gao, very close to our Suvarnabhumi airport. I used to be deputy MD there. My job is to help the company to organize their application document, to improve their management process, management efficiency, work process, workflow, to bring that up to the standard of the stock exchange of Thailand can accept in order to be accepted to be listed in the stock market in Thailand. I was lucky enough to complete my mission there. After that, the other company recruited me to be the management director in the other company called Royal Wire Industrial, RWI. So I was MD in Royal Wire Industry. This is about 7 years ago already. Okay. Of course, my job also the same, try to bring the company to be listed in the stock market. Lucky is I only spent 1 year time to complete all the filing and earn the acceptance from Stock Exchange Commission, SEC of Thailand, to be ready to be listed on the SET of Thailand, Stock Exchange of Thailand. But when our IPO day, our first trading day, we get approval. Then at that time, the economic situation in Thailand is not that good. So we decided to postpone our listing. According to the regulation, we can postpone by half year. So we wait for half year. We are lucky. The economic situation recover and go back to very, very good. So we can sell a very good price of a stock. I can remember that day, our first trading day, being a management director, I stand on the stage to deliver my speech, to say thanks to our financial advisor, to the Stock Exchange of Thailand, to our staff, to our team, to all the partners to help us to be listed. After I complete my speech, in my back is a very big screen, start to count down 10, 9, 8, 7 until 1, and then the screen turn on. The stock exchange market board. What happened? Our IPO price is 1.6 baht per share. When the first minute of the trading, our price went up to ceiling 4.8 baht. 3 times, first day can accept 3 times of the price. Ceiling, wow, this is a dramatic achievement. in the history of Thai stock market. As I know, there's only 3 stocks reached the ceiling in the first trading day. So here I want to tell you guys that I do have experience in the real sector, in management, in go public, in conduct international business, not only import export. We also buy the machine from Italy for my Royal wire, not only for my paper company, also for your Royal wire. So this is my real experience I want to offer, share with you guys. So as you say, I'm a Taiwanese. So our students may have some difficulty or listen to my lecture because last batch, the student complained when conduct assessment, the student complained that they don't understand my accent, my Taiwanese accent. So I got to say sorry to you in the beginning of the class. At the age of 62, I'm not able to change my accent. Sorry for that. But I guarantee you, with this poor accent of English, all my working life, I can do it without problems. I negotiate. I discuss the price, negotiate price with my machine supplier from all over the world. Hong Kong, Singapore, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, America, everywhere. Yes, with my poor accent or the English. So please be patient. Listen to me carefully. You should understand my English. If my English is so poor, how can I complete the 200 million US dollars of financial package? Don't worry, don't worry. And also, I want you guys to understand that English is a global language. So you got to learn to understand English spoken by different people. It may be Singlish. Singaporean English also has your accent. Indian people also have very strong accent. Even Thai people, if you have your accent. So when students commend me my Chinese accent, lucky is our Thai staff, our Thai colleague, the other Thai professor, they didn't treat this as a serious problem because they understand they also have accent. But just lucky is that they teach in English with their accent, and our students get used to that accent. So no complaint on your accent. Now, I'm the full-time professor at Assumption University. I'm a full-time professor, faculty member of your Doctor of Philosophy program in Innovation, Technology, and Management. In this program, we have Chinese students. So our Chinese students also complain that they don't understand Thai professors' English because they're not familiar with the English Thai accent. Okay, so one more time, I say sorry to you guys, but I guarantee, please just listen to me. I try to slow down my speaking, make you understand clearly, but please never use this as an excuse because I don't understand Professor Chen's accent, so I don't listen. That's the reason why I couldn't deliver a good performance in this class. Okay, please, So I always encourage my students, after the globalization or this war, you got to understand the English spoken by different people, no matter where are they from. In addition to that, you got to learn more foreign language. So the second foreign language I always try to encourage my students to learn is Chinese. I myself, I can speak Taiwanese, I can speak Chinese, Mandarin, Thai, English, and Japanese. Sometimes I may confuse all the different accents among this kind of language. But here I tell you, because my Chinese background, because I can speak Chinese, so I can get a lot of business opportunity. Because now most of the Thai businessmen, they aim at the business opportunity with Chinese partner. And also in the academic field, in the education, I also have the opportunity to involve in this very, very large market of Chinese students. Believe or not, there are more than 30,000 Chinese students studying in Thailand for doctor degree, for master degree, for undergraduate degree. So this is a huge market. So now I'm also a manager of one international school called Mandarin International School. It's just a new startup international school. Only the first year, this August, we only start our new semester. At this moment, we are only about 35 students. Never mind, never mind, because COVID-19 pandemic, we believe that after this pandemic, there are going to many Chinese students will come to here to study in our international school. Because in our school, we have two programs, two curriculums. English curriculums, we use IB curriculum. We have Australian headmaster or English headmaster. We also have Chinese curriculum. We have Chinese as headmaster. So this international school is going through a new model for Thai international school. I know many of our students graduate from international school. We can see even now the Singaporean international school in Thailand are quite popular. So that's is a trend. It's a trend even in the education. So Chinese is very important. So here, being a Chinese from Taiwan, I want to encourage you guys to study Chinese. So now, in fact, I'm a Thai nationality. Thai nationality. Thai wife. I have three daughters. Thai. They are all Thai. But my daughters, because they are one Taiwanese father, so they all on the Taiwan passport. Taiwan nationality, Taiwan passport. And then your Taiwan passport is much more useful than your Thai passport. Because use your Taiwan passport, they can travel to more than 137 countries without visa. We don't have to apply the visa. So my girls, they are so proud of holding the Taiwanese passport. And then they also study Chinese. So I have three daughters. So อาจารย์เป็นคนไทยนะครับ So you don't criticize in Thai. อาจารย์ฟังเข้าใจนะ Be careful. Okay, so this is a short introduction of myself. In my work experience, my education, my family. So in my lecture, I may refer my experience quite often. So my family, I have three daughters. My eldest daughter is a trained dentist daughter, dental. She finished her dentist training 6 years, and then complete her 3 years of working in the public hospital. After that, she continued her study, master study in United Kingdom, Great Britain, UCL, University College London. She got her specialist in this we call จัดฟัน จัดฟัน So any of you จะจัดฟัน ติดต่ออาจารย์เฉินได้ จะให้ราคาพิเศษดีไหม จะดูสาว She going to run her first clinic เขากลับมาแล้วต้องทำงานให้คลินิกอื่นกำลังจะเปิดคลินิกของตัวเองแล้วนะร่วมกับเพื่อนอีก2 คนก็จบที่ UCL UCL เก่งมากเลย UCL is a top 10 university in the world in United Kingdom, usually they are number 3, just right after the Oxford and the Cambridge, and the Cambridge. Okay. My second daughter, someone asked, where's the cleaning? Okay, we can communicate after class. Yes, also surely special price. Maybe no doctor charge, no charge on doctor. Okay, all right. And then my second daughter also get the acceptance from Chiang Mai University as a dentist, but she don't want to be the dentist. So she studied in Chulalongkorn University, international and industrial engineer. She also well trained. So in her industrial engineer, she graduated. She has been working with the Germany company, the first Germany company, and then now is the second Germany company, Bosch, B-O-S-C-H. This is one of the top 100 multinational company in the world. She's in charge of automobile part. So I want to tell you guys, when they were small kids, I forced them to study Chinese, but they don't really want to study. So every weekend we went to the class. They just want to pass it, not really intend to learn it. But now she realized the importance of Chinese, because even she's working in a Germany company in Thailand, most of the communication language she's using is English, and also now Chinese, because she's in charge of customer in Thailand. Most of her customer, automobile assembly company, Japanese company, and then now more and more Chinese company come in. You guys may know that the Great Wall, 长城汽车, Great Wall Auto, 长安汽车, 长安 Auto, 吉利汽车, 吉利汽车. All those Chinese automobile company start to move into Thailand. And then when they move to Thailand, they want to introduce the e-car, electricity car. So my girl is so busy, deal with those potential customer. Even she deal with a Japanese customer, she still had to use Chinese. How come? Because the Japanese customer, they want to buy the components, the spare part. And then the spare part will not made in Germany anymore. The Bosch in China, Bosch in India. But from her experience, usually made in China in quality-wise is better than made in India. Also in the price-wise, also cheaper. You can see logistics price, logistics cost from China come to Thailand is much cheaper. So she got to contact the factory Chinese engineer, Chinese manager in the factory of Bosch in China, and they don't speak good English. So usually their communication is a mix of the English and the Chinese, English and Chinese. Okay, so that's why, that's the reason they make a contact. So she got to find a spare time to study Chinese. She feels sorry to father, to papa, said that at that time I should concentrate my study in Chinese. Now she find out that the importance of Chinese. Okay, so I also encourage you guys, you speak very good English, much better than your professor at Zhanchen, but you should learn the third foreign language, the second foreign language. Okay, so this is my background, my family. My youngest also trained dentist from Kongan University. Now she's working in Sula because they can work 3 years. She already completed her study 6 years. Now she's working in Sula, in the public health, under public health, in the public hospital. Okay, then here is my contact email, channing.c@sula.ac.th. You guys can contact me through this email. Also, I will give you my line ID. My line ID. Okay, if you want to contact me, also can be my friend as a line friend, or it's my line ID. Or you want to contact me through my mobile phone, I also give you my mobile phone. All right. So maybe you can write it down, or who knows, one day you may need me. Take example. Yesterday, I just received a line call from one of my students, EBA students. I also teaching international business in our EBA program, economic. That student, I think, already graduated from 6 or 8 years already. She keep contact with me. So yesterday, the day before yesterday, he sent me some message. I can do it for you. Wow. Oh my God. So he said that, Sawadee Krab, Ajahn Chen. I have a question, Krab. My business is not going very well, and maybe need an exit plan. So he asked my advice. So I said, okay, let's talk with the line talking. And then we had a 30 minutes of talk because he said that he's under a very pretty tough period, especially under this pandemic. So his family business doing the international trading, deal with electronic product. So now it's very, very tough, very, very tough. Then he asked my opinion. I give some advice because I have very, very many experience for myself. As I mentioned, my family business failed. So I have the experience how to deal with that kind of crisis situation. So when we are in trouble, 97 crisis, we got to recover. Okay, we got to deal with all the creditors. I even made a rehabilitation plan, being the plan maker, also the plan implementer. In Thai, we call ผู้ทำแผน กับผู้บริหารแผน. So I carry the company, we had success. Even I get a refinance. Suddenly, all my more than 10 million or the outstanding loan, I cut off to 7 billion. Then after refinance, I cut off to 3.5 billion. I have this success experience, also how to deal with in the crisis. So finally, year 2008 supply crisis, my company failed again. Sorry for that. But anyway, I have another success story, as I mentioned, to help my Thai friends to bring your company to go public. So I'm willing to give you advice anytime if you need me. In addition to that, I also want you to keep my contact because many of our BBA students after the graduate, they want to continue your study in abroad, America, or British, United Kingdom, Australia, even Taiwan, China, Singapore. So many of them, every batch, there are about 3 to 5 students come to me, ask me to write the recommendation letter to be the referee, to write a reference for them. And I'm the one really willing to help my students. I will write a very, very strong reference for my students in order to increase their opportunity to be accepted by the good university abroad. So most of our students went to United Kingdom because if you continue a master study in UK, you only spend 1 year, can get your master science, master management, MBA degree. If you go to America, that is 2 years. So I always encourage them. I'm willing to write it. So if you try to study hard, to concentrate, to focus in this study, and this subject, principal international business management, is a simple subject. It's not calculus. It's not accounting. It's not finance. It's just a concept. We just have an assignment. You just try to participate, attend the class, participate in the discussion. Then if you can get an EA easily compared to the other class, this is much easier to get A. So if you get A from this subject, you come back to me, ask me to write a recommendation later. I will write that, say that you are the top 1% of my students. Because in some university, you ask me to ranking the applicant compared to the class, compared to the batch, compared to the year of students, or even compared to all my students. So I will write a very, very strong recommendation. Usually, my recommendation letter will cover 2 pages. 2 pages. I put a lot of content. And when my students successfully be accepted, you'll inform me, Professor Chen, thank you for your help. I received an acceptance letter from LSE, UCL, King's College, all right, London School of Economics, Imperial, all those well-known university, or even 2 years ago, Columbia in USA, all right, or New York University, all those well-known university. Then I feel achievement. I really so proud of my students. Okay, so keep in contact. Maybe one day when you change your mind, want to go to study abroad, you think of me and come back to me. All right. So also another reason, try to get A from this subject. Okay. So this was a short introduction myself. Also, I talked something with Professor Suan Chan Nok regarding her. Okay, so let's going on. All the other parts of this syllabus. So the other important part is the content. So from the content, you can notice that each week we have different lecture. Like this week, next week, I'm the one to share with you. We expect to finish 4 chapters, but I don't think so. I don't think so. And after that, the 3rd week with SP. SP stands for Suan Chan Nok. Okay, so with me, you can see we have different requirements. We have different requirements. In my part, I will do the lecture. And in my slide, I have some kind of topic for discussion. So this kind of topic for discussion is for individual students. So you guys can prepare before you join the class, prepare your answer, your comment, your thinking, even you can search some information. Then when we go to that topic, catch your opportunity, try to answer, to share your comment, your opinion with all our classmates. So I will give the participation score. You participate once, mark 1. Twice, I mark 2. So that's one of the very important parts of your final score. Please, if you really aim to get A, please catch that opportunity. So this is one example of the topic of the discussion. Identify global trends and uncertainties, okay, especially under this COVID-19 pandemic, and the related business opportunity. All right, threat always come with the opportunity. So this you gotta prepare and try to join the discussion to gain your participation credit. Then next week we have another topic, but we have more than one topic. Okay, more than one topic. You can find it from our PDF file. I will share in our Blackboard. So competition in China and India in aspects of culture-wise, what's the difference of these 2 countries? Political economy, the system, political economic systems, the difference of that. Also the economic development and the different results, performance of their economic development. Then in here, maybe all the students, when you raise up want to join the discussion, then I may ask the first one, okay, talking about interculture, talking about the political economy. Then the last one, maybe say the development, different development stage. Okay, so that's one way you can get your good score. Finally, cause your grade, good grade, A students from here. So far we have 32 participants. So I suppose we have 32 students in this session. So we are 32. This morning we are 25. This afternoon we are 32. So in this case, I will ask you guys to form up in 6 groups. Okay, so it means about 5 students, 1 group. Okay, 5 students in 1 group. Maybe some group can go up to 6 students. 5 students in 1 group. Then before next Friday, better on Thursday, you got mail me your group member name. Okay, 6 members or you, or 5 or 6 members or you, the name and the ID number. Okay, and then you put a photo on that, because that we teaching online. I want to remember you. So to the photo, I can compare the photo on your screen, on the screen in the teaching. Okay, so please prepare that and send to me. Also, you gotta set up the name of your group, the name of your group. So I will call sometime in our group exercise, or some kind of group assignment. I will call in group name. So you may name you A+ team. Okay, A team, number 1 team, best team, blah 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 blah. Okay, depends on you. Okay, clear? I hope understand clearly. So next Thursday, before next Friday, mail me your group, group name, and your group mate name and ID of the group mate. So we need to form out a group, especially for Professor Swan Chan. In her part, her session, a lot of this kind of group presentation, group discussion and presentation. So you can be ready. And then from my experience in BBA students, we have 2 kinds of students. One kind of student, they don't care their grade, but they are maybe very active from extracurricular activities. So they participate a lot in that part. So that's one kind of student. So they may not put much effort and the time in your study. So usually this kind of student, they may group together. And then some students, they really want to get an A, they want to maintain the good score, good GPA, in order to apply the good job or to apply the good university to continue your study. So there are different purposes. So usually these students, they aim at the A, they are team together. So in your group project, they put a lot of effort, come out excellent presentation, excellent project. So if you are the one not really aim to get A, you just want to pass it, but you are in this kind of group, A group, I don't think you'll feel comfortable. When they call a meeting, you don't want to join a meeting, or they had meeting for 3 hours, you only 1 hour, you are tired. So you won't feel happy. So try to group together with the teammate. They're the same intention, same objective, and a similar attitude, learning attitude with you. Okay, so remember, next week before Friday, you gotta mail me your group name, group mate name, and ID, and with a photo of each of the group member. Okay, clear? So silent, I'm not sure that you are listening to my lecture or you are watching something else, or you are playing game, I'm not sure. Okay, but you better listen to my lecture. The reason like this way, in our exam, even I or Professor Sanchano, we like to give the exam from our lecture, not totally from the textbook. So if you listen, you understand, you know how to answer. If you don't listen, then you will not know how to answer that for sure. So be careful, better listen. Even maybe my lecture are kind of boring, especially in the afternoon. Everyone sleeping, feel sleepy, but try to cheer up. Try to cheer up. So from Professor Swan channel, you can see her first class and second class, she didn't assign the assignment homework to you, but start her third class. You can see here, wow. On the session number 6, Professor Swan channel, in this week, September 17, here's an in-class group discussion presentation. In this one, he wants you to select one industry in Thailand and apply Michael Porter's diamond model to analyze the competitive advantage of that industry. And then suggest to the public sector and the private sector in Thailand how to increase our competitive advantage. So Michael Porter, he come up many model or theories or framework. Diamond model is one of the very important things. He used diamond model to measure we call the national competitive advantage. Okay, so this diamond model, he also uses this to help Thailand to select what kind of industry that our Thai government should focus, concentrate, and put all our resources in order to promote that kind of industry, which is, according to the diamond model, has a good potential and enjoy the global competitive advantage of that industry or Thailand can compete in this global market. This is a diamond model. He also a 5-first model. He also strategic competition model, many model. Or 5-first model is another level of the model. We call industrial attractiveness. Industrial attractiveness. So that's a different level. For a 5-first model is to see how strong, how competitive are the company under that industry. But diamond model is to see how competitive or that industry under that country. So that different level. Anyway, so before you attend this class, your team, your group is supposed to understand well about the Michael Porter's diamond model. And then you use the model to conduct your analysis, to select, to propose one industry in Thailand. Okay, and then try to give some recommendation how to improve your advantage, competitive advantage of that industry. So that's a different approach. In my topic for discussion is for individual. Understand? For individual students, come to join to share your ideas, your comment, your opinion. But Professor Swan channel is for group, okay? So each group had a present, Even on the session number 7, Professor Swan channel, okay, he gives some reading. All right. So this reading, this paper comes from Harvard Business Review. Okay. So from this reading, abandon globalization will only hurt USA or US business. So this is, I think, is their former president. He is anti-globalization, anti-globalization. So this paper in Harvard Business Review, you can read it and then share his idea. And you also prepare yourself, your group for presentation on the topic of should the Thai government promote our foreign direct investment. Please give your resume. So it's a time for Thailand to encourage your businessmen to go to invest in the other country. And we try to select, our government try to select some destination country to give to Thai businessmen, tell them that in that country, what kind of business you can try to bring in. So when you want to conduct the presentation, you got to start what kind of instrument or framework can help you conduct analysis to come out your recommendation. Okay, so on the session 8, October 1st, this should be the midterm period, midterm period. But we say no midterm examination, no midterm, but you have to attend the class. In the class, is a lecture, is an exercise. Because in this class, I will give you the lecture and give you the framework or the structure of how to write an international, or we say global business plan. Okay, what's the main key factors you got to mention in this report? Because this is one of the very important group project of you. So after this, I also will share with you some example of a former batch student that conduct in this study, and then some slide I can share with you. The other topic I will share with you is so-called value proposition. Value proposition. So value proposition, why we got to share this value proposition? Because in your international business plan, there are some important parts. The first part, we are talking about the where or which country you want to catch, you want to introduce your business into that country. Well, we also try to point out what kind of product or service you want to introduce to that country, to that market. Next one, we want to consider how to enter that country. How to enter that country. So in terms of what, then I provide you, because I want you to conduct your international business plan based on the promotion to support our government policy. We are DIP, Department of International Business Promotion. This DIBP, this department under the Ministry of Commerce, they set up some kind of policy guideline. So we are supposed to help them, to support them. So the product, we try to get a product from what our Thai government want to encourage you to export for them. This kind of product, we have auto, we have GI, we have many of that. I'm going to share with you. So here it means that we want you try to look for, abide, or follow, or support the government policy to identify, to recognize some kind of product or service that you are willing to introduce to the foreign market. What? Second, where? So where is the market? Where is the country? So in this consideration, we want you to think of that. First one, Thailand, we signed a free trade agreement, FTA, with many other countries. So I want you to search to find out that who are our FTA partners, what kind of agreement, terms and conditions we mentioned in this country. So for those terms and agreement, terms and conditions, we mentioned that, then try to identify which product we can enjoy the best conditions in that market, in that country, because that's supposed to be a product you are willing to introduce to, for sure. Understand? So that is whale. So the whale is the country partner of our FDI country partner. So come back to what product. That's the reason why we may have to do some small exercise. The first group exercise, in this exercise, is a value proposition exercise. For those you already studied entrepreneurship, then you may very well about this value proposition. For you are not, don't worry. I will show you the framework of this value proposition, and your group has to conduct the discussion and decide what and where in this exercise. And then you gotta consider, if I select this product, go to that country with FTA, so I will buy this product without any import duty. Okay, great. But you have to consider another thing now. What kind of value I can provide to that country's customers? Okay, in order to promoting my product in that country, what's the real value my customer in the foreign market they can really enjoy? All right, that's the reason why we bring in this value proposition. So in addition to what and where, then we're talking about how is the entry mode. We have many different entry modes for you to enter the foreign market. So we gotta consider our entry modes. Okay, what? And also we are going to share with you international strategic planning. So in this strategic planning, that you also can adopt in your international business plan some of the content. So to form up your complete or the global business plan. Okay, so be careful. Don't forget. All right, you must attend. This one. Okay, our session 8, October 1st. All right, our midterm exam, the first group exercise. Because if you don't attend this first group exercise, usually I will present to you the framework. Then I will ask you to do your exercise group discussion. Other group discussion, which group, when you complete, then you try to present to me, submit your work, okay, in paper, and then try to present to me. You gotta write down each member. If some member cannot participate in this discussion, so I view that they didn't make any contribution. So the score, you cannot share the score of this exercise. Okay, the score of this exercise will share by all the teammates, but not for those they are not able to, they didn't participate, they don't participate in the discussion to form up that kind of idea. Understand? So in the midterm, we are going to come out our what and the where. All right, so session 9, session 10, be careful. On October 15, Professor Son Chan will ask you so many things before you participate in the class, because you got to present group presentation. So you got to understand these things. You got to reach the website here, this ASEAN Key Figures 2020. So you can get that from this website. Then ASEAN 10 country members, we form up the AEC. AEC stands for ASEAN Economic Community. ASEAN Economic Community. We are this community blueprint 2025. So you can visit the other website to understand what's the status of our AEC 2025. We are 2020, and then now it's 2025 vision. the vision of ASEAN. Okay, so ASEAN, we are trying to integrate in terms of economic, integrate in terms of politics, but also integrate in terms of finance. All right, so you can understand this one. And another information you got to search, you got to do it, you got to understand is RCEP. RCEP stands for Regional Closer Economic Partnership. So this RCEP agreement also very important. You are going to have very dramatic impact on our future economic development. So RCEP start from the ASEAN 10 members. 10 members of ASEAN. So later, we invite China to join. So we are ASEAN plus 1. Then Japan join ASEAN plus 2. Then South Korea join plus 3. Then Australia join plus 4. New Zealand join plus 5. Finally, India join. We are ASEAN plus 6. So these 16 member countries form up the population, almost half of the world population. Almost half. And then the GDP is more than 1/3 of global GDP. So this is very important. Or the economic bloc in the world. Of course, RCEP before our last sign, then at that time, Indian government changed their mind. They said they are not ready yet to open their agricultural market to the outside supplier. So they changed their mind and they withdraw from this agreement. But anyway, the other members, they just say, okay, never mind. If you think you are not ready yet, then you can exit. But whenever you think you're ready, we welcome you to come back to rejoin. So the other 15 countries still decided to go ahead to make a conclusion of this RCEP. Okay, so a lot of reading you can conduct, and then in that week, you can present your group, identify the one startup business opportunity in ASEAN for Thai entrepreneur. So for Thai business, any other ASEAN member countries, we think we have a good opportunity to bring in a business in that country. So we try to ask you to do so, and suggest a business model accordingly. Wow, what kind of model you want to implement your business in that country? So this is Professor Swanchano's part. Okay, so my part come back the topic of discussion. All right, Professor Swanchano part still have more and more readings from Harvard Business Review. Good luck of you guys. Very great. You have so good opportunity, chance to read this paper article. Because these paper articles, we gotta buy it. We gotta buy it. If you want to use that for the teaching material, our university, Chulalongkorn University, had to buy it. Okay, so the most common mistake, okay, companies make with global marketing. Okay, the Harvard Business Review. What Western marketers can learn from China, also Harvard Business Review. So when Professor Swanchano assigned this kind of reading material, not only for you to do it, surely she will try to ask you in her lecture. Okay, then you gotta catch the opportunity, try to share your idea how to read those kind of material. So another in-class presentation. Wow, this also a lot. Another paper there. Okay, so then here, November 19, come back to me. This is our last lecture class in lecturing. We are talking about a strategy. So we are second group exercise, strategic formulation workshop. So we are totally two workshop. This group exercise. Okay, so once more, don't miss the exercise because you miss it, you miss all the point. These two will weigh you 15%, will cost you 15% based on 100%. Okay. So after that, on November 26th, you have group project presentation. It means that your global business plan. So each group, you can submit your PDF file or your PPT, and then present your project. Okay, so in this presentation, Professor Sonchano and I myself, we are joined together to mark your performance. In my part, I will mark the performance for the group presentation. So the score of group presentation will share by all the group members. And also your group project, we also share by all the group members. But I will also mark your individual performance to see that your individual presentation skill, okay, to know how much do you understand, try to get that, then give your individual score on that. Okay, so it's my part for your project score. Then the last one, December 3rd, is a final exam. So first type of final exam, we have two kinds, two choices. That two semesters ago, in that semester, our teaching are all conduct online teaching. But the final exam, because at that time the situation improving, so the final exam come out in this way. It means that we go to school, we take a final exam on site. But last semester, all the teaching online, even the final exam also online. So on-site exam and the online exam is different. On-site exam, usually will give you an essay question. 50% of them from Professor Sonchano, 50% of them from me. My essay question maybe including everything in my lecture, what I mentioned. Maybe sometimes it's not mentioned in the textbook. It's some kind of additional information from me. Maybe a small exercise, a small calculation. I say small calculations mean that you don't need a calculator. You just use your pencil. You can calculate. Not tough, but to test your concept. Or maybe some kind of real exercise. Okay, so this is a way of final exam for on-site. If finally our final exam is online, then usually we'll give you the case. Maybe 3 cases, 4 cases. Then we have questions out of the case, 3 questions, 4 questions. Okay, so you can apply the knowledge, the framework, the theories you learned from this subject in your answering all the case questions. This is important. This is really important because you answer the question, cannot just say, yes, I think, I believe. You can answer the question in some kind of theories, under some kind of theories, or refer or cite some other example to back up your answer. Okay, so we may have two different ways of final exam. If you're on site final exam, the exam room should be announced in the future, before the final exam. Okay, so CC is me, Chusen Chen or Chenin Chen. Okay, my Thai name Chenin, Channa Bo Intala, Channa Bo Intala, Chanin, Chanin. So the monk, he said the name for me. He told me that the meaning of my Chinese name, my Thai name. So he said, Channa Bo Intala. He said this means that I'm the leader of the winners. เป็นผู้นำของผู้ชนะ All right, so I said, yes, this is a really good name for me, because all my students, my Chulalongkorn students, they are ผู้ชนะ You guys are all winners, because it's not easy, it's so challenging, so competitive for you to be accepted by Chulalongkorn BBA program. Thousands of them submit the application. Only 100 of them, lower than 200, can be accepted. So your SPA, so your score getting higher and higher, the entry score getting higher and higher. So you guys are winners, And then I'm the teacher. So I say I'm the leader of the winners. Okay, so CC, me, SP, Suan Chan, no, Suan Chan. So the other important things for most of you is evaluation criteria. What kind of criteria we're using for our evaluation assessment? So here, you can see individual participation, 20%, 10 from Suan Chan, no, 10 from me. So here, these 10 points, I will allocate most of that go to our discussion, topic for discussion. I say this for individual, So from Professor Suan Chan, she may ask you from some kind of reading material. She assign you. So she asks that question, you gotta participate in the answer of the question. You can earn this 10 points from her as a participation. The second item is in-class group discussion and a presentation. So this belongs to Professor Suan Chan. As we show you already, this 15 points covers so many different topics for a group presentation. So out of group presentation, she'll give a score on that, okay, on your presentation. Item number 3, come back to me, group exercise. We have 2 group exercises, right? So in this 2 group exercise, totally I give 15 points. 15 points. So this 2 group exercise we do into your group work, also presentation, also individual presentation. All right. So as I said, don't miss your exercise. Because when you miss one exercise, you miss 7.5 points. That's a lot. That's a lot. The item number 4, group project. So we give 20% for this group project we call global business plan. So in this global business plan, this global project, I and the Professor Suan Chan, we both will sit and listen to your presentation and then mark your performance. Usually we don't interfere each other. We have individual thinking to give a score. So your final score, your combination, sum up of 2 professors. Okay, final exam, 30%, 15 go to Professor Suan Chan, 15 come to me. Okay, so in the final exam, the question, the score also half and half. So from this evaluation, you can find out that for a group, like item number 2, 15% for a group presentation. Item number 3, group exercise. Item number 4, group project, totally 50%. So it means that your final performance, half of your final performance determined by your group. So it's so important to find the right, good group match, because that's so important. Half of you, your fate decide 50% of your fate, your final grade decided by your group members. How good your project, good your exercise, okay, how good your presentation will be. Okay, important, important. The other 50% come from your individual performance, including the final exam, 30%, 20% of the individual participation. So so important, please don't miss our class, attend the class. Also actively join the discussion. All right. So here is more explanation of each item. The first item, individual participation. So we say that this teaching we pass through the Zoom. Sorry, it's a mistake. Not collaborate anymore. Before we use Blackboard and use a collaborator to teach. But now we use Blackboard to share the information and the Zoom to teach. So according to the Chulalongkorn University regulation, you gotta attend the class. So whenever in the class, sometimes maybe you cannot see me. In I have the laptop. And also I have a big screen, the TV screen on that. So you guys photo, you guys video are show on my TV screen. Okay, and the material, the PowerPoint are show on my laptop. So sometimes I will make a screenshot, print a screen to check your attendance. Okay, so this kind of random checking, So be careful, be careful. Always turn on your video, because if you turn off your video, I treat you like absent. Okay, you just turn on your computer without turn on your video, I'll treat you are absent. So this is important. If you miss more than 20% of class, then according to our regulation, we don't allow you to take exam. So in class group, discussion presentation by Professor Sonchano. So this part we also explained already. So the topic she already assigned to you. So your group have to evaluate and prepare to present. Also, group exercise from me. As I mentioned, we have 2 exercises. October 4th in the midterm period and November 19th. Okay, so don't miss the exercise. 15 points for these 2. Group project, 20 points, very important. So our group project, we want you to select one esteemed product and service, type product and service. So this is fact. That has business potential overseas. So where can you identify that? Which country market have this kind of potential in that country? Where? What and where? Okay, so you want to develop a brief international business plan for this business. So the purpose this kind of presentation or this plan is mean that you want to apply for the finance funding from the bankers or investors. So it's mean that you gotta convince me and Professor Sonchano say that your project is really profitable, feasible. They do have very huge potential market in that country. And the product you select is really can meet the local demand, that can meet your preference. So in this way, all right, I believe that it's feasible, profitable, then I'm willing to put my money with you, being your shareholder. So that's the purpose of prepare this presentation. The detailed international business plan will be given later in our midterm period. I'll give you the framework, the business plan with some example that done by our former batch, our senior batches, senior students. At the end of the course, each group had to do the presentation and turning the presentation slides in PDF file, But here I want to show you guys that if your project come out very good, I like it, I love it, I may ask you to mail me separately your PPT file or PowerPoint file, not only PDF file, because in this kind of PowerPoint file, some of your slide, maybe I can use as the material, teaching material for our future batch. Okay, so only for loss that if your team I say that please mail me your PowerPoint slide, then it means that I like your project. It means that your project get a good grade from me. Okay, but we have some limitation that not more than 50 slides, plus one slide. So it can be 51 slide. The cover page slide, it should be the group number or your group name, the topic or your global business plan, each member's name, ID number, and the photo. So our evaluation, we are evaluated based on a 5 points for presentation and a 15 points for your content. Okay, so content is most important. Then the content we look at this one. Reflect the synthesizing. Okay, can show your analytical skills, and finally some your creativity, innovative idea, or your originality. Okay, so that's a criteria. We look at your paper, your global project, or your slides. So final exam, 3 hours, written examination. We don't know if it's going to be online or on site. Okay. So if on site, the exam noon will be announced. Through our blackboard. So this is a criteria of your final grade. 85 up to receive A, 80 to 84 B plus, 75 to 79 B, 70 to 74 C plus, and then C 60 to 69. As I know, 50 you get a D dog, and the D is pass. D is already passed, right? As I know, for undergraduate student. And I tell you, for the last several batches, we do have students receive D dog, even receive F 2 semesters ago. Just one student received F. This student, he didn't participate in the class or online class because in my past I didn't see him. I only saw him in the first class. Then after that, he didn't join. He even didn't join any group. He didn't conduct any project, group exercise. No name, his name is not with any group. No one, maybe even no group want to accept him. All right, this guy even missed the midterm exercise. But in the final exam, he came. All right, we give him the opportunity to take exam. Want to see that maybe he's genius. He can prepare the exam by himself, read the textbook, and get some material from his classmates, and give a good answer the final exam. But unfortunately, as I mentioned you guys, in that batch, in that semester, they take the exam on site. At that time, our question, no matter from me or from Professor Son Chan, no, some parts are from our lecture. This guy cannot answer. So surely, he got F. Sorry, he even come to me, went to Professor Son Chan, asked for some kind of special consideration, asked for some kind of favor, but the rule is a rule. Okay. Oh, even some of you miss this, miss exercise, miss that. Okay, or not contribution at all, no participation at all, it's highly possible you may receive C, D plus, D dot, possible, possible. So I want to encourage you, try to join, attend the discussion actively and the presentation actively. Okay, so here, next one, we talking about our reading list. I believe you got an e-book, e-textbook already, right? Okay, this wired and wired international business. This textbook is very thin. I try to select the thin textbook. I think that the thin textbook, but you guys read it better than the very thick textbook, but you don't want to read it. Okay, so this is our textbook. Another one, MacPan, MacPan, the global business plan, global business. Okay, for your reference only. Okay, teaching evaluation, all those things is soon blackboard. Any questions so far? Any question? No? Let me see. Because sleep, fall asleep. All right. But you guys, the face is so serious and not smile. Boring? Kind of boring, really, really. I hope that the pandemic can be over very soon. We can go back on site learning. That interaction much better, much better. Okay. Oh, Tanzai. Yes. All right. There's some. Just enter. อันเนาะพิมพ์พาอันเนาะต้องเปิดกล้องไว้นะครับ All right. Okay. 56กิตาพัฒน์ชื่อกิตาพัฒน์สวัสดิ์ใช่ไหมโอเคเนาะก็เปิดกล้องให้ดูหน่อยนะหรือว่าหน้าตาหล่อดูสวยOkay, Bordeaux. All right, Marvin. All right, so if no question, I assume that you guys understand very clearly what's our content for this semester, what we are going to do, what's our requirement. All right, very clear. And also how you're going to do for your project, for your exercise, all those things. I suppose you understand very clearly. If you don't raise out any question. All right, so let's have 10 minutes break. It's about 2:44. Let's come back, maybe 2:54. Okay, so see you 10 minutes later. Hello. So it's time to be back. Are you guys here? Let me see. Silada Tanjai. Pawari. Okay, everyone, it's time. น้องศิลดารู้สึกเพิ่งตื่นใช่ไหม All right. Okay. So น้องกร KORN, you are basketball. Your favorite is basketball, huh?
Yes.
Oh, what's your height? How tall you are?
I'm about 180 centimeters.
Okay, 187. Wow, nice, huh? Great. So you are our university team.
Oh, no, I just play for fun.
Okay, play for fun เนาะโอ้โหปกติเนี่ยสาวๆชอบเลยนะที่เป็นสปอร์ตก็เป็นบาสเกตบอลYes, I also it's also my favorite sport when I was a college student. In Taiwan, very popular basketball and also the baseball. But in Thailand, you cannot find the baseball. Most of my Thai friends, they even don't understand the regulation of baseball. Interesting. Yes. All right. So everyone, I think you already see. Someone come in again. All right. Let me see. Come back here for a while. Okay. "32 students." Okay, so let's start our first chapter, globalization. But before enter our first chapter, I want to share with you regarding our criteria of A, B plus, B, we say 85 point up. But don't worry, we are not so strict. You must 85, otherwise you cannot get A. We are not so strict. I and Professor Sonchano, usually we are separately, we give the mark, the score of each part, and then we summarize. We sum up together to get your final score, final total score. And then we are doing this way. We are ranking from the top highest score to the lowest score, and then to see the gap of each student. Okay, take example, maybe in your batch, the high score is come out 82. Wow, no one get A. Don't worry. We will take a look from 82 to next one, maybe 81.5, 81.3, 81.1. Gradually go down. Then you finally go to the maybe 77.5. Then the guy after 77.5 maybe down to 75. So this is a big gap. Okay, it's about 2 points of gap. The others, they only 0 point something point of the gap. So we are cut off at this guy 77.5. Got A or give them A. Understand? So we will take a look at the distribution and also the gap of each student. So by doing so, you don't worry that no 85, I'm able to get A. Try to do your best. Try to keep it there to keep the most of the score you can. Gradually, that every class you participate, you get a score. All right. Then finally, you can easily to get A. We don't have any limitation on how many percent of A are. We look at the overall performance. Okay. So we used to give almost half of the A. Okay. But sometimes either overall performance is not that good. We feel sorry. Maybe down to only 10% A, 20% A. Okay, but anyway, we don't have any of this kind of policy set up to limit the student don't more than how much percent to get A. All right. So I hope everyone can study with us, can learn some knowledge with us, also share some experience from me, from Professor Sonchano, and also receive a good grade from this subject. All right, so now I continue my lecture in the fourth chapter, globalization. So, okay, so each chapter will start by this, the beginning case. So the beginning case, usually this beginning case, can you see my cursor when I move my cursor? Mouse move my cursor? Can you guys see that? Okay, great, thank you ขอบคุณช่วยต่อนะต่อแล้วให้อาจารย์มั่นใจว่าโอเคทุกคนฟังอยู่ถ้าไม่ต่อเงียบเลยรู้สึกว่าเราพูดคนเดียวเหนื่อยมากเลย All right, great. So in this one, Apple's global impact. Global impact. In fact, we know they start by I, right? iPhone, iPad, everything. When the Apple come out the iPhone, wow, so popular, so expensive and so popular. All my girls, they want to use the iPhone. I still remember once upon a time, we all use a Nokia, all the family member. Then we change a BlackBerry. Oh, did you guys use BlackBerry? This is the first smartphone, the first smartphone before iPhone. Then we all change it to iPhone. So I said I paid, Papa paid, PAID, so expensive. So here to tell us that for the globalization, the benefit that Apple company can get from the globalization. Because of globalization, because the market integrate to form up one market and more identical. So when they try to promote, to introduce, to launch their new product, they don't consider too much things. They just consider one thing. What's the product that our customer, and this customer, the worldwide customer, is a whole human being. They love, they like. They only consider that. Before we gotta consider what the Thai people think, what the Taiwanese think, Chinese. But now they treat everything in one global market. So your design concept only focus on this one, user-centered design. It means I only look at user. First one, the outlooking should be a fashion design, beautiful design for sure. Most of the user, they like it. First one. The second one, function. In my iPhone, what kind of function I want to bring into this small piece? This is a small piece of iPhone. This is also important. So Apple company, they are very successful. They are a company that they don't do anything by themselves except two things. We call two N's. The engineer design, the product design, or the product. Let's take a look at iPhone product design. The second end is a marketing, branding, sales, and after sales service. Because our production function, our business function come from product design, engineer design, gradually move forward. And then maybe all the parts produced, assembled together, then sales, marketing, promotion, okay, after sales service. This is a whole supply chain. Come out our whole product function, integrate together. In here, Apple, they changed the idea. They only do these two parts. Okay, design and marketing. Everything in between, they outsource to their supplier. But Steve Jobs, he believed that this is the function I must put in my device, my product. Take example, iPhone 3 start. They are the first one to use a touch screen technology. Do you guys know that the touch screen technology is not invented by Apple company? That was invented by a Taiwanese company. Because this kind of new technology, blackboard gone. Because blackboard still believe on themselves, their keyboard, their special blackboard keyboard is the best now. But because the keyboard make a screen cannot have a big screen, iPhone come in without the keyboard. You can use a touch screen to change. So they are so popular. That's a Taiwanese company's patent. Steve Jobs bought that patent, put into this iPhone. So as I say, all the supply chain, everything belong to outsiders, outsourced. So the lens, camera lens, the lens from Taiwan, 大力光. The CPU from wafer from Taiwan Semiconductor, mainly from Korea, Japan, assembly in China. So by doing so, as you guys can see in these two lovely girls, they are smiling, right? They use their iPhone to do the selfie. So in this smiling, where can I find this slide? Sorry, the slide, I think I share in our Blackboard already. Okay, all my teaching material I convert into PDF file and share in our Blackboard. Please find from our Blackboard. Okay. So these two girls, they are smiling. You can see the smiling curve. This her mouth go down and go up again, right? Smiling curve. So there's one concept called smiling curve. It means that iPhone, Apple companies, the whole process to come out their product and selling the product, they only control these two ends. It's the 2 points of our mouse. And then, which in between they all outsource, and in between the profit margin or all the activity in between these two are in this way, in this curve. Go down and go up in this curve. So we call it smiling curve. Because the profit margin down, 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 the bottom of this curve, the bottom of this curve is the assembly. So their profit margin is very, very minimal. I can tell you, you guys got doubts that. What's the margin for this assembly job? Foxconn is the largest assembly for iPhone, for Apple company. In China, it's a Taiwanese company, Honghai Precision. They set up Foxconn in China to assemble all the iPhone, iPad for Apple. They earn this one on the bottom. My friend, management director of Qualcomm, you guys may know Qualcomm is a listed company in Thailand too. Qualcomm Taiwan, then established Qualcomm Thailand. My friend, he's the one come to here to set up Qualcomm Thailand. But now the Qualcomm Thailand is much bigger than Qualcomm Taiwan, because they have 3 factories already. And also use Qualcomm Thailand to expand to Malaysia, to expand to China. They don't use from Taiwan. So my friend is a Qualcomm. One time I have a dinner with him. Then we talk about it's the end of the year. He said, how is your performance, your company this year? He said, very bad. Well, how bad are it? He said, Professor Chen, my friend, can you believe that? Our net profit margin only 0.3%. Oh my God, only 0.3%. How can you survive? But I tell you guys, this is very common for this kind of assembly business. The assembly calculator or the electronic product for any kind of brand, any kind of brand. So, but the problem that is their profit margin is low, but they have very high, large volume. So I asked them, yes, that's very low, but how about your revenue, your sales, your annual sales? He said, yes, our sales are about, let me think, 3,000 NT. Understand? So they use a large volume to earn enough profit But of course, in terms of percentage, that's very small. So, but come back to this smiling curve. Apple company, they're so smart. They only control these two: design, product design, and finally the marketing. They selling through their Apple shop, deliver their after-sales service. Believe or not, all the supplier, the whole piece of iPhone are all come from someone else, not from them. But the whole this kind of supply chain, this supply group, the profit, the net profit of this iPhone, Apple take 52%, only 48% for all the supplier in between. And the supplier margin going down and down and down and come back. So we say smiling curve, smiling curve. So feel sad, even Taiwanese company feel sad, oh, we only earn a very minimum, but Apple, they enjoy their best profit, the biggest profit maker in the world. So that's a new business model under this globalization. So here in this, we want to tell you that, under this user-centered design, Apple company, they only focus their design, product design in how kind of function. And this kind of function should be user-friendly. It should be very simple to use it, simplicity. Second one, the fashion design, and also Apple, we all know that they are very good in this fashion, the design of their iPad, iMac, their computer are also very fashion, look very nice. Okay, so by doing so, they can sell their product to everywhere, every country. So this is what they are talking about. That the globalization which bring in the benefit advantage to them. That's the product produced and sell worldwide with little or no modification. iPhone is iPhone, no matter which country you buy the iPhone. When the iPhone was very expensive in Thailand, we cannot get that too early because they are launched in the big mega city in New York, in Tokyo, in London. They don't launch in Bangkok yet. We can wait for 1 or 2 months. So many Thai rich people, they want to get the most updated iPhone. Then they fly to New York to buy. The iPhone come back, you can use it. One product, fit all. Okay. Also, by doing so, because globalization, we can reduce your production cost and your marketing cost. Because you just produce one product, you can use a large scale, economic scale, to bring down your cost. And the marketing, use the same marketing to promote your product everywhere. Also easy for you to build out your brand because on one brand selling to everywhere. So this globalization also supports Apple's global brand strategy. So these are all the benefits that globalization can bring in to the company. Of course, we are also facing some kind of challenge. The challenge here we're talking about is that because different countries have different tax situation. So even the same Apple, same iPhone, your final retail price will be different. So in iPhone, we find out that the iPhone selling in USA, $700, but selling in Brazil go up to $1,076. Why? Because Brazil very high import duty, import tariff. In Brazil, they also charge you the federal is for the local government, federal sales tax. And also, federal is the general government, the central government. And each state, local government, they also charge their sales taxes. So by this kind of tax, mark up, finally the price go up to more than $1,000 US. It's cost not so many Brazilians can afford or using your Apple, using your iPhone. So this is a kind of challenge because globalization, we try to minimize to get down this kind of tariff. but so far we are not able to make it completely. Okay, so the first case, second case, also we are talking about. Next. Okay, Ray-Ban. Ray-Ban. So I believe you guys know Ray-Ban, no? We call it an icon or iconic of sunglasses. Sunglasses. So when I was in America, surely I also bought my Ray-Ban sunglasses. They look so cool, so fashion. I remember Top Gun. I love the Top Gun, this movie. Top Gun, Tom Cruise, wear that Ray-Ban sunglasses. Oh, so cool, so handsome. Yes, that's an icon of sunglasses. Then anyone want to own your Ray-Ban. So since they are so success, your brand so success, it comes out of global brand. Since from 1937, this is a long history company, but your design always keep the design, the fashion design, all the different glasses, sunglasses. So once they are so success in position your brand, they can enjoy this kind of globalization by produce and sell worldwide with little or no modification of your product. We call standardization. Standardization. So these are one of good things. So when you can produce in a large scale, then you can enjoy, get your cost, average cost going down, especially the feed cost really going down. So this is one way. The second one, large global market share, keep the production and the marketing cost low. Same thing to the what's the Apple they are enjoying, right? So before Ray-Ban only selling in USA in 1980s, I was there. I was there for my master, for my doctor. I was there, yes, selling in America only. Gradually, people they travel to America, they study America, they bring back home those Ray-Ban product. Wow, my Taiwanese friend like it. Yes, gradually Ray-Ban, even so expensive, but people, we are going to try to buy it, to own it. So their market getting bigger because globalization. They can sell it to all over the world. So the production cost, marketing cost will be lower. The challenges you're facing, one is seasonal demand. So seasonal demand, I think this has a pros and cons. Because talking about seasonal demand, maybe it's not good for you, okay, especially that sunglasses, high season is in the summer season. In the winter, maybe no one want to wear the sunglasses. So you may can sell in good or sunglasses during the winter. So this is a seasonal factor, seasonal demand. But because globalization, you can sell your product to everywhere. Then when it's a winter in America, it's a summer in Australia. So the sales, you go down, the portion you go down in America, maybe some portion can be offset by what you gain from Australia. You sell your market in Australia. How about counterfeit product? Yes, that's a real challenge. Counterfeit, because your design is so great, so popular. So the other foreign company try to copy your product to make a fake product of sunglasses. Even use your brand now, Ray-Ban. So about 10 years ago, Thailand used to be very famous in this kind of fake product. I remember my business partner, my Italian partner, okay, they came to Thailand. Before one day before you want to go back to Italy, he told me, hey, Professor Chen, could you please take me to buy some pieces of Rolex? So at that time, we can buy a Rolex only 2,000 baht. Wow, he said that if you buy the real Rolex, it may cost you 20,000 US dollars. But here, I only spend 2,000 Thai baht. I can get a Rolex. They just tell you that it used to happen. For those global big brand, surely some developing country will actually copy you. Okay, but gradually, this is our international regulation, international law, political. We are talking about that. Then gradually, this kind of situation is going to be lower and lower, lower and lower. So I don't see easily in Thailand now to get a fake brand to fake all the Rolex watch now. Okay, so this is the example. All right, next one. So today we are talking about the international business management. International business management, in fact, there are three different phases. The first phase starts from international trading. When I was a college student, this is one of the most popular business major that many students want to take up is international trading, 国际贸易, international trading. Gradually, we upgrade from international trading, move into international business. Finally, we move up to the global business. What's the difference between international trade, international business, and the global business? Then this is the difference. International trade is only talking about import, export, the two-way flow or the product or maybe service. Then this is a trading between country and the country. But international business will go up, not only this kind of import and export, two-way flow. It's a commercial transaction that cross the border of two or more nations. So this kind of commercial transaction, not only product and a service, import product and export product, is maybe including the investment. Okay, you conduct your business, you move your business from your home country, go to the other host country. You move your factory to there. You conduct your business investment there. Or you may go there to buy not only production, buy your stock. Okay, you may buy there something else, not only stock, maybe their property, develop property. So this is a transaction, not only product and service, also money and the people. So we come out of international business. So any kind of commercial transaction cross the borders. And this kind of transaction, usually before, it's only happened in your country domestically, then you go to the other country. All this we call international business. Clear? Understand? Different? Then later we're talking about global business. Global business. Okay. So here we are talking about the next topic, the benefits international trade. We start by the international trade. What kind of benefit international trade? These are very simple to understand. First one, when you start international trade, you export something to the other country, import something from the other country. So by doing so, our local customers get more choices or the availability of the product and service. Before, you only have to buy made in Thailand product, but now you can buy from abroad. You have more choice. You can select the better quality one and then the cheaper price one. So that's a first benefit for this international trading. Second one, competition can result in the lower price for product and service consumed. So because you have more choice, then our local producer, they got to lower down their price. If your price selling higher than the imported one, or they got to improve their service, after sales service, in order to show the difference for local machine and the imported machine. If imported machine, when the machine has some problem, very difficult for you to repair that. But it's local made, we have engineer. We can discharge our engineer, go to help you to fix, to repair your machine. Okay. Then increase the quality of life and higher living standards. Yes, it's also because in the trading, we have no choice. So we can buy a cheaper product. So we have more money. Our purchasing power of money is higher. So we can buy something more to improve our living standard, to improve our life quality. Okay, so so many benefits of internet trade or internet trade. Okay, so next one we're talking about the practice of trade policy. So here, because that all the government, country government, they'll try to control, to interfere this kind of trade, foreign trading. Sometimes they want to encourage your export because we all believe that the more export, the country will grow better. Also, they try to limit the import because if too much import, maybe your local industrial cannot survive. So they try to set up a policy in order to interfere this kind of international trading. So trade policy, we're talking about government action that seek to alter the size of merchandise or service flows from and to a country. So in this trading policy, our instrument of trade policy, first one, tariff, or we call tax on custom duties, tariff. So government may impose the import duty. So under like an import duty, the imported product cannot compete against our local made because when you charge up that duty, make you too expensive. Take example, my family business, my father-in-law, my wife's family business, paper making. As I told you guys, we are the first in 1967. We set up our sign paper long time ago. It should be first or second on a paper mill, paper factory in Thailand. In 1980s, Thai government, we had 30% of import duty charged on the imported paper. So how great, our company enjoy beautiful profit because we just set up a price. If they say that the imported product, their price is 100, they're gonna buy up 30% of import tax, go up to 130. I only set up my price 120. I can sell easily. How much a profit margin I can enjoy? So this is protection, under protection. Of course, after the 1980s, move into 1990s, our government gradually low down the import tax until now, zero. So at that time, as I told you, I arranged a $200 million expansion project, want to set up a new production line for our paper mill. We already facing, we already realize this kind of situation. Import tax are going to be down and down. So we must set up our machine, is an advanced machine, can produce a high quality of paper, can compete against the imported one. So we got up to some kind of size, because only up to that size, our production cost can be low. So believe it or not, our one project machine, one production line, we have 3 existing lines. 3 existing lines. Our one new lines, the capacity is 5 times of these 3 lines total. So you see, that's a mega project. Okay, because we cannot enjoy the high import tax anymore. So we got to make us international competitive advantage enough. Second one, preferential duties. So preferential duties is the duties that we give to some kind of country we prefer, maybe country A and country B. They give, it should be a mutual beneficial agreement that some kind of product we welcome to import from you. Okay, so we give a special tax, lower tax. So compared to import from the other country, your country product can enjoy our market better than the other country. In return for that, your country also give me some kind of preference for some of my product can export to you under lower import tariff. So I can catch that market from you. So these are preferential duties that we assign to some specific country. Okay. Most favored nation status. So this is usually by American or developed country. They're assigned to a developing country, want to help them. So they will give you maybe say free duty or free tax. So we can import more from you. So it can help you to improve your economy. So Thai government, we very, very care every year. We got to wait the announcement of American government during this MFA end of most favored nation list. Are we still in the list? And what kind of favorite? What kind of condition we get? 100% free or 10%, 5%? Yes. This also some kind of trade policy the government can implement in order to interfere in your international trading. The last one here is non-tariff barriers. So they also set up some kind of non-tariff barriers. So non-tariff barriers are a lot. As in the 1990, 1991, I came to Thailand. I started my own business by doing international trading. By doing my international trading, okay. So in this international trading, I import the product from Taiwan, come to Thailand. Also in this international trading, I try to introduce some product from Thailand, go to Taiwan, and also export to Europe. So at that time, I really realized in our international trading, I can share you more of my experience, success or failure experience. I really realized notice that we have so much on non-tariff barriers in Thailand, especially happening in customs. Our customs authority, take example, we hire a shipping agent. Now we call forwarder. Our shipping agent told me that, okay, Kun Chen, yes, we import the product very good, but our process of import in Thailand, you got pass through 30 tables, some should do. It means that whole process, you need 30 people sign your name, approve, and even give a seal. 30都能當在帶多套來在年套來多的套來。This is the non-tariff barriers, right? They try to postpone, delay your import by this kind of documentary process. Okay, so that's another challenge, right? That's another challenge. Okay, this kind of documentary process. Okay, so this we call non-tariff. It's not impose the tax on you, but they may create some kind of troublesome process, some kind of special requirement from you in order to make you not so easy to import your product. So we can no longer import to our country. So inbound goods are inbound and outbound. So inbound, the tax on import. First one, we talk about that tariff. So tariff were customs duties on imports that are collected by a designated government agency responsible for regulating import. So usually here we're talking about customs. All right, they collect the import tariff. Second one, specific tariff. So there's an import tax that assign a fixed dollar amount per physical unit. So in this, they don't charge you by your price. When you import, you got to give an invoice to see that how much per piece, how many pieces totally. So how much totally we got to pay, right? So here, if we get tariff, import duty, import tax, we charge on your price, how many percentage of your price. But this specific tariff, they charge on the piece. Okay, how much per piece? So the value of your piece, if you're 10 baht, you said they charge one piece 10 baht. So you are in trouble. That your price only 10 baht, they charge you another 10 baht. But your price 1,000 baht, they also charge 10 baht because they don't care your price. They care the piece. So in this way, to the cheaper price is not fair, or not fair. Specific tariff. The other one we call at borrowing. At the borrowing tariff, this is mean that we base on the value. So we don't base on the piece, we don't base on the price, we base on the value. What kind of value? The value the custom staff. They try to estimate the value of a product. They don't really follow your price list. In the invoice, you say that each piece 100 baht. They say, no, it's too cheap, impossible. So they estimate, say that, no, this at this value 300 baht. So they'll charge the tax on the 300 baht. They don't charge on your 100 baht price. Okay. Preferential duties, we mentioned already, is an import tariff established by a nation for the product or service of certain country and not apply to the same product service of other countries. So it's special for this country only in order to back up to support each other. So the last one, generalized system of preferences, GSP. This is the same as we mentioned. It's a favorite, most favored nation status. So in this same GSP, US government will announce a GSP every year, generalized system of preferences. So it's an agreement where a large number of developed countries they permit some kind of duty-free import or a selected list of products that originate from specific country. So the purpose is to back up to help the economic development of those countries. So as I say, every year our Thai government is so worried about this. Try to see that whether we are in the list or not. Whether we are in the list or not. Okay, how about for outbound? Tax on export. How come, Professor Chen, we want to encourage export? Why we put a tax on that? First one we call export subsidy. So export subsidy here to tell us that it's a negative tariff. In negative tax, or tax aimed at boosting export. So Chinese government, they do this very well. They give some kind of export. That if export, then we get a tax refund. In fact, this is a tax subsidy. So by doing so, can lower down your cost. So you can drive down your selling price. So you can sell more in the foreign market. So this is a negative tax. In fact, this is a backup you subsidy. So in China, this is very common. Sometimes the manufacturer, they don't make any profit because your cost is cost there. But the profit comes from the tax refund from your country, your government. This kind of subsidy. Export tax, and then here is a real positive tax. They really charge you on your export, and based on your export, charge you some kind of tax. Why? Because of charging this tax, you raise up your selling price, the export cost. Okay, so why the government do so? Discourage your export. Sometimes government may do this purposely, intend to do so. Why they do so? Because when they do so, they want you don't export to that country only. They want you to diversify your export to the other country. If we concentrate all the exporters concentrate export in one country, then finally we may fight to each other, then draw down the price. So this is a damage to everyone. So we want you to diversify. So they go to anywhere. So in this, we may tax you. So if export to country A, we tax you. But if export to country B, we don't tax you. So by doing so, we can allocate where or the country we want to export to. Okay, so these are the outbound goods, the tax on export. So this kind of international trading, many global institutions want to help to promote this kind of international trading. So after the Bretton Woods, this is a meeting in 1944. There are 44 countries invited by American government join together, come to Bretton Woods. This is a small town called Bretton Woods. So they want to form up the new international financial system to guide the international operation, international business, international economy. So in this Bretton Woods, they established 3 international institutions. 2 of them are related to the finance part, including the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank. Okay, we are going to talk about this in our chapter 9, International Finance System, International Financial Market. Just one related to our international trading called GATT, G-A-T-T, General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, GATT. So in this GATT, we try to use this meeting organization to encourage all the countries, try to minimize our tariff, try to get rid of non-tariff barriers to encourage international trading. So finally, GATT will change it to WTO, World Trade Organization. WTO. Okay, so it's the same purpose. We want to encourage, because for a study, we believe that if the more international trading, okay, the figure international trading going higher and higher, each country members' economic development growth will also be better and better. So many countries, including Thailand, Taiwan, we are the export driving economic development pattern. So in Thailand, we're all talking about that. The engine to drive our economy, there are 3 engines. One is export, one is investment, one is consumption. We're all talking about that, right? Some crisis, then our maybe governor of our Bank of Thailand, or some important guy, we were talking about that. Our 3 engines, now 2 engines already solidified, find out. Only 1 engine still keep going. All right. So this is so important in trading. If you have good trading, your economic development will be better always, happen in that way. Okay. Next one. So what kind of non-tariff barriers? So in addition to the documentary, process, flow, all these non-tariff barriers, here we will share with you 3 others non-tariff barriers. First one we call import quotas. So import quotas that is we call QRs, quantitative restrictions. It's a limit on the amount or number of units or the products that we can import to a country. So America is the first one, because about 10 years, 20 years ago, America is the largest market for the world. Thailand, Taiwan, all the countries in this area, our biggest export market are all America. But now change, all are China. Now our biggest export market is China, including Taiwan, including Thailand, Malaysia. They export the most to China. But before USA, so USA they have too much import, especially textile. Their textile industry cannot survive because they all buy from import one, better, cheaper. So they try to set up this kind of QR, quota system, quantitative restrictions. So they may set up from Taiwan every year, the textile product import from Taiwan cannot more than 100 tons. So this is a way, it's a way. So if you are import from Taiwan 100 tons, then no more, they don't allow you, they don't give a permission to import anymore from Taiwan. So set out this quota, the limit. Next one, we call VER, voluntary export restraint. So voluntary export restraint also usually happen in Taiwan. Thailand also. Take example of textile. The same thing. Taiwanese company produce a textile product, export to America. But America already import this kind of QR on us. So 100 tons. So Taiwanese government, what can we do? They also ask the Taiwanese government, you better control by yourself. We call voluntary export restraint. So Taiwanese government will come out this arrangement. So we agreed, we will not export to you higher than that quotas. Okay. So in this kind of arrangement, it's a same thing, but come from different parts. The QRs come from the imported country government. The VER come from the export country government. You do by yourself. But anyway, this kind of two arrangements will come out a limited amount. So under this kind of limited amount, even this quota, interesting, it used to happen that some company try to trade these quotas. Interesting. Take example, in Taiwan, just one large textile producer. So when they assign the quotas, they get a big quotas. In this 100 tons, himself can get 10 tons. But he may not produce all the 10 tons by himself. He may trade his quota, 1 ton or less, to someone else, setting the price. So he don't have to produce. He only earn this quota by selling the quota. Maybe you can earn more than the profit if he produces by himself. It used to happen, the trader quota, trader quota. The next one, domestic content provisions. So in this, we may ask you, you must have how many percentage of local content. So this is a regulation require that a certain percentage of the value or import be sourced domestically. So in Thailand, this is very common. We export our car to ASEAN country members. Then the ASEAN country members will make sure that because that ASEAN 10 members, we give the free duty to each other. We are AEC. So Japanese automobile manufacturer come to Thailand, invest in Thailand, they want to use that privilege. So change their car made in Thailand so can enjoy free tax to sell it to the other 9 member countries. So that's going to be much cheaper if they export directly from Japan, produce in Japan, directly to Malaysia, let's say. But now they export from Thailand, Thai factory, maybe send Toyota from Thailand to Malaysia, cheaper, free tax. So Malaysia government, they know, in fact, this is a Japanese car, but you want to enjoy this kind of free tax, or not easily for you to use it, so they charge. The Malaysia government will request that if you want to claim you are made in Thailand product to enjoy the free tax, you must prove that more than 50% of your car are made locally. Otherwise, I don't accept you as a Thai car, made in Thailand car. So by doing so, the good thing is that Japanese have to bring in all your supply chain come to Thailand. He outsourced his contractor also come to Taiwan. Thailand, one of my Taiwanese friends also, he also follow Japanese come to Thailand to provide the air screen air filter. Okay, this filter is in kind of stainless box, stainless box. Okay, with a filter paper inside. He produced this one part of the one component of the product. So they have no choice. They gotta move to Thailand to make in Thailand in order to increase the local content percentage. Okay, so this is something we're talking about non-technical barriers. Okay, and the purpose why they gotta assign this one. So in this, we can say that international business, international trader go out to international business. They are different to domestic business because the international business, the company you want to enter the international business, you are facing first one globalization forces. You got to learn this globalization situation. You also can learn the international environment. Different country, a different culture, different way of doing business, different business customs. Then surely even national environment, your country, the other country. So they are facing those complicated situations compared to you only conduct your domestic market, you understand Thai, you only speak Thai enough, but to conduct international business, English important. Now, as I told you guys, Chinese also very important. Okay. This one I will share with you is a Eagle Ensoft, the Ensoft matrix. Eagle Ensoft is my professor. I went to San Diego, California to follow him to study strategic management because we respect him as the founding father of the strategic management. So when they all want to study with him, that's the reason why I make so many Thai friends. Professor Papa John, my senior, she also the Thai Chulalongkorn lecture, got the Chulalongkorn scholarship, go to study in this university. Also, my classmate, Ajahn Thanawan, she's in marketing, marketing department, is my classmate, study in the same university. We went there, want to study strategic management. At that time, strategic management was popular one, popular study, because strategic management can apply into any kind of field, marketing strategy, finance strategy, international business strategy. Okay, so in my lecture, I will share you with the international strategy. Okay, so Ensoft matrix here, Ensoft tells us that if you want to grow, expand your business, we have some choice. First one, look at yourself, selling your product, what's your existing product, selling in the existing market. If you're a new player come to this market in your country, then in this way, you gotta adopt the strategy called penetration. Penetration by maybe low price or better design, better service, then you got to find a way, try to enter your existing market to establish your market base there. But surely to further grow your business, you can do the other way, we call market development. So our international business is to encourage you to move to the foreign market, not only in the domestic market, we look for the new market, then try to introduce our existing product into that new market. So our international business plan also on the same purpose. We gotta identify one Thai product, made in Thailand product, and find one new market for you to help that company to introduce your existing product into that new market. It's a foreign market. Okay. Next one, maybe you can come up with a new product and introduce a new product in the existing market. This we call product development. Okay, then the last one, you may try to get a new product, go to the other countries. In this we call diversification strategy. Diversification strategy. Okay. So here, surely we can show you that how to grow your business. International business is one of good way to grow your business by introducing existing product to the new market. Next one, why international business? Why we are talking about international business? Why we go to international business? Why we don't just stay as an international trader? Trader only much easier. Sometimes you have no choice. We have some reason here, reactive reason. Okay, because someone already do that, you only reaction. So you follow your customers, your clients, go to the other country. Yes, in 1980s, end of 1980s, so many Taiwanese companies come to Thailand because their customer come to Thailand. So if they stay in Taiwan, no customer, not enough customer to buy their product. They have no choice. They follow the customer come to Thailand. At that time, I had one project with my Taiwanese friend. The project that is, they produce the color for ceramic. And then because their customer are all ceramic producer, then they all move to Thailand, especially to the northern parts, Chiang Mai or Thailand. So here, he decided to move to Thailand to follow his customers. And then they can produce the color. The color come from they use some kind of special clay, and the burn not in the bottom. Burn to up some kind of different degree Fahrenheit. If 1000 to 1010 degree, they may come out some kind of special color. Okay, the higher the degree, the better the color. There are different color, blue color, red color, different shade of color under different degree of the Fahrenheit or the heat. They can produce most of the common color, but some kind of special color, they are not able to control that because that belong to the patent know-how of Japanese. In fact, this factory also learned from Japanese. So they set up in Taiwan. The owner can speak Japanese very well. So they're following your customer, they're considering established in Thailand. So we try to discuss to come out of our joint venture, but finally we didn't make it. We didn't make it. So this is the reason you have no choice. From a local producer, export some product. Finally, from trading, you got to go for international business by go to abroad to conduct your investment there. Increase the trader barriers because trader barriers are going to be higher. So you are not able to go through all those barriers, make you very difficult to export, to trade. So finally, you got to conduct international business. Following your competitors, yes, not only following your customer, you also follow your competitors. So in this international business, there are many of this kind of situation. When McDonald's go to one country, KFC will follow. Or in China market, KFC enter China market before McDonald's. They always do this way. So after McDonald's create the burger market in China, Chinese start to accept to consume burger. Before burger is not in our menu, our list of menu. We don't eat a burger. Gradually, Chinese can eat burger. Yes, Burger King come. All right. So you have no choice. For your competitors, you believe that your competitors go to there must have some of your reasons. So you also follow. Opportunities or coincidence. Sometimes the coincidence just happen. You have no choice. Okay, or maybe because a good opportunity for you. Next one. Okay, proactive reasons. You may seeking for factors of production. The factors of production here talking about material. Maybe you can get the material they are available in that country. In your country, you don't. You gotta import. So you better move your factory to there. Or seeking for low cost of production. Here, low cost in the material is cheaper, so you go there. Okay, or maybe labor cost is cheaper, so you go there. So these are proactive reasons. Host countries or home countries incentive for investing abroad. So your host country, like Thailand, will be BOI, Board of Investment, encourage the foreigner come to invest in Thailand. Then we give you maybe up to 8 years of free in profit tax host countries. And also home countries also give the same similar things. That Thai government maybe give an incentive to encourage you to move away your some kind of dirty business, highly polluted business to Laos, to Myanmar. They give you some kind of refund or subsidy to compensate. You cross up your business, go to abroad. Yes, this also happens very often. Before Japanese come to Taiwan, Taiwan come to Thailand, they are also similar purpose, especially for those kind of heavy polluted industry. Seeking new market, no choice. You want to go there to looking for a new market for yourself. So you join in the international business, utilize and specialize or specific competitive advantage overseas, or you have some kind of special competitive advantage, you can use that to the other country in order to get the advantage from that. Okay, I think this is the last one. Last slide we are going to share today. Today, the other continue or the other reason, proactive reasons, different tax rate across country. So each country has different tax rate. So you will move your business to that countries, they are better, cheaper tax rate. So now the tax rate is about 18%. Thailand used to be 30% of profit tax, but now we're down to 20%. Very good, very good. But the other country maybe 18 or 17%. They even have duty-free or tax-free. We call tax haven or island. We are talking about that later. So you are preferred to move to there. So you don't have subject to too heavy or the income tax. Because economic scale, because that if you move to there, you can reach the economic scale, make the production large production, reach the economic scale, can bring down your production cost. So you must go to international business. You got to sell in your product to everywhere. Power and reputation, sometimes because you want to build up your reputation, your power there. So you go there, okay? And then protecting the domestic market by entering the competitors' home countries. So because the foreign competitor come to your country to sell in the same product to you, fight with you. So you go to his country to create the other competition there. So this maybe we call attack is the best defense. Attack is the best defense. You attack to his country is the best defense to you. So he got to diversify to fight with you in your home country, also in his home country. So that maybe a different reason for you to go for international. All right, I think I will stop here. So next week we are talking about key players in international business and gradually go to global business. Okay, any questions so far? No questions?
Ajahnครับ, I would like to confirm one more thing about the group.
Yes.
So the group member is 5 to 6 people per group?
Yes, minimum 5. Because we have about 32 students. All right. So we may divide it into 6 groups. Each group about 5 students. Maybe some group have 6 students. All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. And before Friday or next week, send to me your group member name, ID number with photo is possible. Okay, with photo, and also set up the name for your group. All right. So Atawatana, no Atawana, your group maybe say my group is A+ group. Team A+. Okay. So please, because after that, in our lecture, even our chapter 1, we started some group assignment and discussion. And the professor Songchan, a lot of group exercise presentation. Okay, Kokuma, other question?
I would like to ask further from Athawat Kabajan.
Yes.
We have the name and the picture, so we have to put it in the slides or something, or just put it in the mail.
But put in the mail is fine. Oh, you want to make as a PPT is still fine. Okay. All right. It's freehand. For the way you want to make it look good. Okay. All right. But don't forget, in your final project, in the cover page, you still need your group name, your group teammate, each member's name, the ID number, and the photo again. Okay. Thank Thank you. Any other question from girls, students? Only from guys? No? So I suppose you understand clearly. Okay, so if no question, let's see us each other. Okay, ไปเจอกันเนาะ next Friday afternoon 1 o'clock. Okay, ขอบคุณครับ ขอให้โชคดีนะ Have a good weekend everyone. Bye bye.
thank you ครับ
Thank you.
ครับ
ขอบคุณครับ Yes, send by me.